Listen closely, because what I'm about to say will not leave your life the same. There are moments when God does not whisper. He speaks with a force that shakes the ground beneath your spirit. And right now, God is declaring something over your life with such clarity, such authority, such unmistakable power that every force that fought you, every burden that drained you, every delay that frustrated you will have no choice but to bow. God is saying, I am sending favor to locate you. You have been surviving on strength. You have been walking on faith. You have been holding on when everything in you felt like letting go. You have carried weights in silence. You have endured storms no one saw. You have fought the battles no one applauded. And while others misunderstood your struggle, God has been watching every tear, every prayer, every moment you resisted the urge to collapse. God has seen it all. Not one moment was wasted, not one sacrifice ignored, not one cry unheard. And because of this, God is sending a wave of a favor that has your name written on it. This is not ordinary favor. This is not casual kindness. This is the kind of a favor that overturns verdicts, the kind of a favor that breaks patterns, the kind of a favor that interrupts cycles, the kind of a favor that makes people who ignored you suddenly remember you, the kind of favor that opens doors you were never supposed to walk through according to human standards. The kind of favor that lifts you from obscurity to visibility because God has decided that your season of being overlooked is over. Some of you have been in a season where it felt like nothing was moving. You were praying, you were believing, you were working, yet the results were inconsistent. You saw glimpses of progress but not fulfillment. You felt hope rise only to watch it fall again. But hear me, this was not punishment, not abandonment, not rejection. It was preparation. God did not forget you. God was positioning you. The delay was never denial. It was divine alignment. And now God is saying, the season of waiting is shifting. I am releasing favor to locate you. Favor does not follow logic. Favor does not wait for perfect timing according to humans. Favor does not check your qualifications. Favor does not measure your background. Favor does not consider your past mistakes. When God sends favor, it moves with precision, purpose, and unstoppable force. When favor comes, it doesn't knock on the door gently. It enters with authority. It bypasses protocols. It jumps over barriers. It overturns systems. And this level of favor is coming for you. There are people right now who don't know your name, but God is whispering it into their spirit. There are opportunities being stirred, doors being prepared, conversations happening in rooms you have never walked into. God is orchestrating connections you didn't even ask for. God is arranging blessings you didn't even think to pray for. God is working behind the scenes with such a meticulous detail that when the favor reaches you, you will know without doubt, this was not coincidence, this was not luck, this was God. For too long, you have been trying to push things into place with your own strength. You kept striving, kept stretching, kept trying to make things work. You kept thinking, if I just try harder, maybe it will happen. But God is saying, this next blessing will not come from your effort. It will come from my favor. You moved by obedience. Now God is moving by reward. You see, when God decides to send a favor, everything accelerates. What once took years suddenly takes months. What once took months suddenly takes weeks. What once took weeks suddenly takes days. And what once looked impossible becomes reality. Because when God releases favor, natural timelines become meaningless. God doesn't need time. God uses time as a servant. And right now, time is about to serve you. You felt stuck, but you were actually being planted. You felt forgotten, but you were being hidden for a divine unveiling. You felt delayed, but you were being prepared for a moment only God could orchestrate, and that moment is approaching with unstoppable speed. There is a shift happening in the spiritual atmosphere. You may not see it with your eyes, but your spirit feels the tremble. Your heart feels the pull. Something is changing. Something is moving. Something is breaking open. God is sending favor to locate you, and nothing, no enemy, no doubt, no fear, no opposition can stop what God has already released. Some of you have been walking through wilderness, a season where nothing made sense. You had prayers without answers. You had dreams without progress. You had hopes without evidence. And you wondered, God, when will things change for me? When will the breakthrough I keep hearing about reach my life? But understand this, wilderness seasons are not signs of abandonment. They are signs of transformation. God never leads you into a wilderness to leave you there. God leads you into a wilderness to sharpen you, purify you, strengthen you, and prepare you for the favor that is being sent. And now, after everything you endured, after everything you survived, after everything you pressed through, God is saying, you are ready. Not perfect, not flawless, not without weakness, but ready. Ready for favor, ready for increase, ready for overflow, ready for divine elevation, ready for the kind of blessing that does not match your past but matches your destiny. There are some moments in life when God doesn't just bless you, God shifts your entire environment. God changes the atmosphere around you. God rearranges circumstances. God reorders relationships. God removes what distracts you. God exposes what is draining you. God closes doors that you would have kept open out of comfort or fear. And though those moments feel painful, they are essential, because before favor can locate you, God ensures that nothing around you can sabotage what He's sending. If certain people walked with you into this next season, they would damage the blessing. If certain habits remained with you, they would contaminate the favor. If certain environments stayed connected to you, they would restrict God's unfolding plan. So God removed what you did not have the strength to release. And though it hurt, it prepared the ground for the favor that is now on its way. Favor requires space. Favor needs room. Favor cannot enter a crowded heart or a cluttered life. That is why God allowed some things to fall apart, not because He wanted to hurt you, but because He wanted to clear the way. That setback, it created space. That disappointment, it created a space. That separation, it created a space. That closed door, it created a space. God has been making room, not for something small, not for something ordinary, but for something extraordinary. Some of you think you lost things, but God is saying, you didn't lose anything vital. You lost what blocked you from what I'm sending. You cried, yes. You felt pain, yes. But you also grew. You matured. You developed wisdom. You learned what does not belong. You learned who does not belong. You learned how to stand alone if necessary. You learned how to trust God more deeply. You learned how to hear His voice without the noise of distractions. And now, because of that growth, you are aligned for the favor that is coming. Favor is not just a blessing. Favor is divine endorsement. It is God publicly demonstrating that His hand is upon your life. There are people who doubted you, people who underestimated you, people who thought you would fade away. But God is about to make it clear. My hand is on this one. My blessing is on this one. My purpose is on this one. What is coming will silence doubts, silence critics, silence insecurities. God is sending favor that will speak louder than any negativity spoken over your life. There is a reason you felt spiritual resistance lately. A reason you felt pressure. A reason you felt heaviness. A reason you felt warfare intensify. Because favor always draws opposition. The enemy does not fight what is empty, he fights what is destined. But here is the truth. The presence of warfare is the proof of impending favor. When things get hardest, that is when God is closest. When pressure increases, that is when breakthrough accelerates. When resistance intensifies, that is when favor is about to collide with your life. Some of you felt like giving up recently. You felt tired, frustrated, overwhelmed. You thought, why am I facing so much at once? But what you didn't realize is that your spirit was sensing the shift before your eyes could see it. Your soul was reacting to the weight of the blessing that was approaching. The struggle was not a sign of abandonment, it was a sign of transition. God was pushing you out of an old season into a new dimension. Favor is not gentle, it is overwhelming. It does not enter quietly, it enters with force. It does not tiptoe, it floods. And this flood of God's favor is coming with intensity. It will reach your finances, your relationships, your health, your purpose, your mind, your opportunities, your influence, and even the desires you kept buried because you thought they would never happen. God is saying, I am sending favor to locate every area where you felt defeat. You need to understand something. When God sends favor, it does not look for where you used to be. It searches for where you are. You cannot go back to old environments, old relationships, old patterns, old limitations, old fears, old versions of yourself. Favor will not enter the place you outgrew. Favor will meet you where God has brought you now. This is why God separated you from certain things. This is why you felt isolated. This is why you had to walk alone for a season. This is why your circle became smaller. Because favor is coming directly to you, not to a group, not to a crowd, not to the whole environment, but to you specifically. God is sending targeted favor, personalized favor, tailored favor, the kind of favor that reaches only the person who endured the process. When God sends this kind of favor, things begin to shift quickly. Conversations change. Opportunities appear out of nowhere. Doors open without explanation. People begin to seek your presence. Solutions come effortlessly. The heavy becomes light. The blocked becomes open. The distant becomes reachable. The impossible becomes normal. This is what God is preparing to release over you. You are not entering a season of trial. You are entering a season of a divine movement. You are not stepping into confusion. You are stepping into clarity. You are not walking toward uncertainty. You are walking toward fulfillment. You are not trying to survive. You are stepping into God-ordained victory. And listen closely. God is not sending random favor. God is sending restorative favor that brings back what was lost. Favor that returns multiplied what was taken. Favor that mends what was broken. Favor that lifts what was buried. Favor that heals what was wounded. Favor that revives what was dead. God is saying, I am restoring the years. I am restoring the strength. I am restoring the hope. I am restoring the opportunities. You thought your best days were behind you, but God is saying your best is not behind you. Your best is about to break into your present. You thought you missed your chance, but God is saying nothing that belongs to your destiny can be missed. It can only be delayed until the right moment. You thought you were forgotten, but God is saying, I never stopped watching you. I never stopped preparing you. I never stopped guiding you. God is sending favor to locate you, not because you are perfect, not because you earned it, not because you have never fallen, but because God is faithful. God knows your heart, your effort, your sincerity. God knows how many times you prayed when you had no strength left. God knows how many times you tried again, even when you wanted to quit. God knows the purity of your intentions, the honesty of your struggle, the depth of your devotion. Favor is coming because God saw what others ignored. And hear this truth deeply. Once favor locates you, nothing can unlocate it. No person can block it. No circumstance can delay it. No enemy can intercept it. No mistake can cancel it. Once God releases favor, it becomes a shield, a covering, a current that carries you into realms you never thought you could reach. You are stepping into a season where God will make you wonder, how did this happen so fast? People will ask you, how did you get this opportunity? And you will simply say, God. Not by connections, not by effort, not by strategy, but by God. Right now, heaven is aligning things in your favor. God is orchestrating divine timing. God is preparing divine encounters. God is releasing divine instructions. God is opening divine pathways. God is accelerating divine timing. And soon, the favor that has been circling your name will collide with your life in a way that leaves no room for doubt. This was God and God alone. And now, as you stand in this moment, this sacred intersection between what was and what will be, you must understand something profoundly important. Favor is not simply coming to brighten your situation. Favor is coming to redefine your entire identity in the eyes of the world. When God sends favor, He does not just change your circumstances. He changes the way people perceive you, the way you perceive yourself, and the way your destiny unfolds. Favor elevates you into a dimension where your presence carries weight, your voice carries authority, and your life carries impact beyond anything that seemed possible before. This is why God waited for the right moment, because what He is sending is not ordinary, and you are not entering an ordinary season. When God speaks the word favor, He is declaring a heavenly verdict over your earthly reality. He is commanding what resisted you to release you, what ignored you to acknowledge you, what underestimated you to honor you. God is shifting the balance of power. The very places where you experience the resistance will soon become the places where you experience recognition. You are going to walk into environments where the atmosphere itself will respond to the divine imprint God has placed upon your spirit. People will sense a grace, a depth, a weight upon you that cannot be explained by human effort. That is what it means when God says, favor will locate you. You must also understand that favor does not always announce itself with loud miracles. It sometimes enters subtly, quietly, like the rising of dawn after a long night. Some of you will begin to notice a divine ease in areas where you once struggled. Conversations that once felt complicated will become effortless. Doors that once required knocking will now open before you arrive. Opportunities that once passed by will suddenly pause and wait for your presence. That is favor in motion. God is aligning the path before your feet, softening hearts, shifting atmospheres, and preparing environments so that when you step forward, everything responds to the divine timing God has ordained. There are blessings God is preparing for you that require your maturity, not just your desire. This is why God allowed certain delays not to deprive you, but to deepen you. Your character had to be strengthened. Your patience had to grow. Your discernment had to sharpen. Because favor is not just a gift, it is a responsibility. Favor magnifies whatever is inside you. If pride is there, favor exposes it. If discipline is there, favor multiplies it. If integrity is there, favor elevates it. And now, God is saying that your heart has been refined enough to carry the weight of what He is releasing. Favor is not attracted to fear, it is attracted to faith. And though you had moments of doubt, though you questioned your worth, though you wondered if you truly had what it takes, the truth is this: your faith never died. It flickered, yes. It weakened, yes. But it never died. And God honors what survived. God honors the faith that stands through storms. God honors the heart that still prays even when tired. God honors the spirit that still seeks Him even through confusion. And because you remained connected to God even in the silent seasons, His favor is now being drawn to you with unstoppable certainty. Understand this deeply. Favor is a divine signal sent into the spiritual realm. It announces to every force that once opposed you that their assignment is canceled. It announces to every delay that its authority has expired. It announces to every closed door that it must open. When God releases favor, the entire spiritual realm adjusts to accommodate His decree. Even the things that once terrified you will now cooperate with your purpose. Mountains become pathways. Obstacles become stepping stones. What once intimidated you will now elevate you. There is a reason you felt unseen for so long. God was not hiding you from blessing. God was hiding you from premature exposure. Exposure without preparation leads to collapse. But now, because God has completed the work within you, He's ready to unveil you. And when God unveils you, no one can overshadow you. When God lifts you, no one can lower you. When God highlights you, no one can dim you. This unveiling is not about applause. It is about assignment. God is positioning you where your voice will matter, where your presence will carry impact, and where your purpose will be recognized. You will notice something powerful in this next season. People will begin to value what they once ignored in you. The same qualities that were underestimated before will become the very qualities people seek from you. Why? Because favor transforms you from someone they overlooked into someone they cannot afford to lose. It is not arrogance, it is alignment. When God elevates you, even those who resisted you before must acknowledge the divine hand upon your life. They may not understand it, but they will not be able to deny it. Favor also brings clarity. You are going to begin to see your life from a higher perspective. Things that once confused you will suddenly make sense. The people who walked away will no longer sting your heart. The opportunities that closed will no longer frustrate you. The seasons that broke you will no longer define you. Favor reveals purpose behind the pain, wisdom behind the waiting, and growth behind the grief. God is removing the haze that clouded your vision and giving you insight that surpasses your years. You will begin to understand why God allowed certain people to leave, why He protected you from certain paths, and why He blocked doors you begged Him to open. You are not stepping into random blessings, you are stepping into strategic blessings. Everything God is sending now is connected. Every opportunity will build upon the next. Every door will lead to another. Every breakthrough will position you for an even greater one. God is weaving a divine pattern through your life, stitching together every moment you thought was wasted and turning it into a tapestry of purpose. When the favor begins to manifest, you will look back and realize nothing was random, everything was deliberate. Favor is also God's way of accelerating destiny. Some of you have been behind schedule according to human timelines, but God is about to redeem time. What you thought would take years will happen suddenly. What you thought required endless striving will unfold effortlessly. God is going to compress seasons, condense processes, and accelerate outcomes. You will achieve in 1 year what others take 10 years to accomplish, not because you are better, but because God is with you. And when God accelerates, no force can slow you down. But hear this clearly. Favor comes with instruction. God will begin to speak to you with clarity nudges in your spirit, sudden ideas, unexpected inspiration. Pay attention. When God releases favor, He often gives divine directions that lead you to the opportunity He prepared. A simple act of obedience can unlock a divine avalanche. Do not ignore the subtle pulls. Do not dismiss the quiet impressions. Do not overlook the gentle whispers of guidance. Favor is not captured by chance, it is activated by obedience. Some of you will feel a stirring to move differently, think differently, speak differently, or even detach from certain environments. That is God guiding you. You are being repositioned for a blessing that cannot manifest where you used to stand. The conversations you participate in, the people you surround yourself with, the thoughts you entertain, everything must align with a new level God is calling you into. Favor does not thrive in the atmosphere of your past, it thrives in the environment of your future. You will also notice that God will begin sending people into your life, people who carry keys to your next season, people who see your value without explanation, people who support you without hesitation. God is removing those who drain and sending those who build, removing those who diminish and sending those who elevate, removing those who confuse and sending those who clarify. Relationships orchestrated by God are extensions of favor. Pay attention to who enters your life in this next season. They are not accidents, they are divine connections. As this favor locates you, your inner world will shift first before your outer world catches up. You will feel an unusual peace, a peace that does not match your circumstances. You will feel a renewed confidence, a confidence that does not come from your abilities but from God's presence. You will feel courage rising, a courage that pushes you to step into opportunities you once rejected out of fear. That is the internal evidence that favor is near. God changes your spirit before He changes your surroundings. You are entering a season where your prayers will start manifesting rapidly. Things you once repeated to God for years will begin unfolding without resistance. This is not because you prayed harder, it is because the time has arrived. When the appointed time comes, things manifest not by effort but by divine decree. What once required tears will now require only faith. What once felt distant will now feel inevitable. God is saying, what I promised you is now reaching fulfillment. You must prepare to carry a new level of responsibility, influence, and impact. Favor is not for comfort, it is for assignment. God blesses you so you can build. God elevates you so you can influence. God favors you so you can fulfill the purpose embedded in your existence. You are not being lifted for personal gain, you are being lifted for divine purpose. And because your heart has proven faithful in the shadows, God can now trust you with the spotlight. And as this divine favor continues to unfold, you must protect it. Not everyone deserves access to your next level. Not everyone can walk with you into your purpose. Some people respected you only when you struggled. They will resent you when you rise. Some people comforted you only when you were low. They will compete with you when you elevate. God will reveal who should remain and who should be released. Trust His leading. Do not cling to what God is removing. You will not need to fight for recognition. You will not need to beg for opportunities. You will not need to prove yourself. Favor speaks louder than any explanation. Favor validates you. Favor announces you. Favor endorses you. And when God sends favor to locate you, even the people who doubted you will witness the unfolding of His promise. You are stepping into a future authored by God, strengthened by struggle, refined by waiting, and crowned by favor. This is your moment, your season, your divine turning point. God is saying, stand firm, lift your head, strengthen your spirit. Favor is on the way and it will not pass you by. And now as you stand at the threshold of this divine turning point, let your heart rise with the quiet confidence of someone who knows that God has already gone ahead of you. This is not a season where you hope for change. This is a season where you expect it. Expect doors to respond differently. Expect opportunities to move toward you instead of away from you. Expect people to treat you with an honor they once withheld. Expect clarity to replace confusion, strength to replace weariness, and divine alignment to replace endless striving. Expect the atmosphere around your life to shift, because when God releases favor, the natural world obeys the command of the spiritual realm. This is your awakening into a higher dimension of God's guidance, a deeper awareness of His nearness, and a more powerful expression of His will unfolding through your life. You are not leaving this moment as the same person who entered it. Something has awakened in your spirit. Something has strengthened in your soul. Something has shifted within you that cannot be reversed. God has spoken a word over your life, and nothing on earth has the authority to silence it. You are stepping into a future that has already been prepared, protected, and preserved by God's hands. And as you move forward, do not carry the mentality of your past seasons. Release the fear that kept you small. Release the doubt that made you hesitate. Release the guilt that weighed on your shoulders. Release the voices that once told you that you were not enough. God is not preparing you for a repeat of what you endured. God is preparing you for a manifestation of what He promised. You are not walking into a familiar cycle. You are stepping into a divinely orchestrated elevation. Every step you take from this point forward carries the imprint of favor. There will be moments where you feel the shift so strongly that it disrupts your routine. You will sense God drawing you into decisions that require courage you didn't know you had. You will feel inspired to move, to speak, to act in ways that align with the higher version of yourself that God is calling forth. Follow that leading, trust that pull, obey that nudge. Favor flows where obedience stands. And as you walk in this obedience, you will witness God opening paths you couldn't see before. Your faith will no longer come from desperation. It will come from revelation. You will not pray from fear. You will pray from authority. You will not seek God wondering if He hears you. You will seek Him with the knowing that He has already answered. This is the maturity that favor activates. It lifts you out of survival mode and positions you in destiny mode. You begin to walk differently, think differently, speak differently, because you know you are being carried by a power far greater than anything around you. You will begin to notice that the things that once affected you deeply will no longer have the power to disturb your peace. The battles that once drained you will lose their grip. The voices that once discouraged you will fade into irrelevance. Why? Because once favor rests upon you, your spirit rises above the noise of the world. You are no longer shaped by what happens around you. You are shaped by what God is releasing within you. Your strength will not come from your circumstances. It will flow from your connection with God. And as this favor continues to unfold, your life will start to reflect what your spirit has felt for so long, a divine calling, a sacred assignment, a purpose woven by God into the fabric of your existence. You are not merely surviving the journey, you are stepping into the purpose for which you were created. There is a power rising within you, a clarity sharpening your vision, a courage strengthening your steps, because God is preparing you to walk into spaces where your presence will shift atmospheres, influence lives, and manifest blessings. This favor that is locating you is not arriving as a small spark. It is arriving as a divine flood. A flood that washes away all the limitations, a flood that breaks down walls, a flood that drenches every area of your life with a supernatural alignment. And once this flood of favor arrives, things that took years to grow will bloom suddenly. Connections that seemed impossible will form effortlessly. Success that once felt unreachable will become your new normal. God is rewriting the pace of your life. You will accomplish more in this next season than you have in all the years behind you, not because of your strength, but because God's favor is carrying you. And in this sacred movement, do not forget that favor is not simply a blessing. It is a responsibility. God is positioning you to influence lives, to spread light, to reflect His presence, and to uplift those who cross your path. The favor you are receiving is not meant to end with you. It is meant to overflow from you. As God elevates you, He will also use you as a vessel of hope, wisdom, clarity, and strength for others. You become a living testimony of what happens when a soul stays anchored in faith during seasons of uncertainty. So walk forward with boldness. Walk forward with assurance. Walk forward with the quiet, unshakable confidence of someone chosen, strengthened, and lifted by God. Do not question whether you are ready. You are ready because God has declared you ready. Do not question whether you are worthy. You are worthy because God has prepared you. Do not question whether the blessing will last. It will last because God Himself is the one sending it. Everything in your life up to this point has been preparation for what is about to unfold. Every hardship, every disappointment, every silent prayer, every lonely night, every moment of endurance was shaping you into the person who could carry this level of favor. Nothing was wasted. Nothing was random. Nothing was meaningless. God has been writing your story with precision, and this next chapter is coming with glory. step into this season with your heart lifted, your mind focused, and your spirit open. Let God's presence guide you. Let God's wisdom shape you. Let God's favor surround you. Because what is coming is greater, stronger, richer, deeper, and more transformative than anything you have imagined. God is not just sending favor. God is positioning you to live in it, walk in it, breathe in it, and overflow with it in every direction. This is the moment where everything shifts. This is the moment where the past loses its authority. This is the moment where the future begins to call your name. God is sending favor to locate you, to lift you, to strengthen you, and to bring you into the fullness of what He has ordained. And as you move forward, nothing, absolutely nothing, will be able to stop what God has set in motion.